Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I will be working on my 94 Toyota Celica. And today I'll be swapping out this, shift rod here or shift assembly here to this one right here, because this one here, I don't think is the correct one. It's a lot shorter. It feels like the MR2 shifter from the 91 to 93. And this one is actually the original one. You see how the shift rod here is a lot longer. And this one here, it's okay, but then it just doesn't have the Celica feel, so I just want to swap it out. So before I do that, I want to remove all these plastic trim or plastic, piece here out of the way to see if we can, swap these out. Okay, so as you can see here in comparison, this is from the Celica. And this is here, I'm pretty sure this is from the MR2 because this is a lot shorter. It looks like it fits just right. They probably had the original rod here removed and they put in the MR2 rod inside here. But yeah, so I'm gonna remove this out of the way and I'm gonna replace it with this one right here. Alright, so I got most of the things out of the way. Right now I'm down to these bolts right here. There's one here, there's one there, there's one down here and one down here. So these are the 4 bolts that's gonna hold on to this. Once we remove that, you should be able to remove this out of the way. And before you can even take this out completely, you can see the shift linkage right there. So this one here, it comes to that right there. And there's like a small, like little cotter pin that it's, holding on to it. Same with this one. The second one here goes beneath down here. So just remove those cotter pin and those shift linkage should be able to free itself. And then once you remove those 4 bolts, then this thing should, come right out. And I'm gonna try to see if I can pull this out because I cannot remove this piece here completely, but I can try to see if I can lift it up. Just give me enough room to wiggle this out. Okay, so I forgot to mention that there are actually these 2 lock plate down here that's pinned down to the shift linkage. So there's one here, this plate right there, and there's one plate right there, which is this one. I pull this out. You can use something like a needle head plier like this one. I use this one here because of that 90-degree angle here. It kind of gave me the leverage I needed to remove this lock plate out. All right, so I got these 2 lock plate out of the way. Man, these radar wire is so in the way. I would have to probably wrap it out with, some sort of tape to make it cleaner because it's just in the way. But yeah, I got these 2 out, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove these 4 bolts here at each corner here to get this out, and then I should be able to pull those collar pin off from the linkage, which should be pretty easy. And then yeah, after that, then I should be able to take that out. All right, so I take that back. It actually took me more to get things out before I can even remove this out of the way. My glove box will have to come off. This lower piece trim down here will have to come off because the glove box and this lower piece trim here is actually blocking 2 screws on each side that's holding onto this piece. So to be able to lose this part here completely, to be able to play with it, lift up and down. Yeah, glove box and this low piece trim plastic on here will have to come off to be able to, slowly snake this out. So I am almost there. If only I have like a third hand to hold this camera, that would be great, but fortunately I don't, so I'm gonna try to do this slowly as I can. Man, probably will have to use both of my hands, but let me try here. Okay, almost out. There we go. So we got this out. So it turned out that this piece here, you know, you can remove this rod, the shift rod, by taking out this pin and taking out this, you know, lock washer here. You take this out and this piece here can be removed, and I guess you can remove the rod out, but I just didn't want to go through all that because I don't want to break anything, so might as well just remove this whole shift assembly out and replace it with the Celica one. So yeah, so it's out. It's not hard, but a little bit time consuming. So yeah, I mean, you just gotta be careful so you don't break anything as you try to remove this thing out of the way. Okay, so that shift assembly is out of the way, but it seems like it's kind of dirty down here. So I'm gonna see if I can vacuum these stuff out, maybe like wipe it down or something, you know, try to make it look nice. All right, so about 5 minutes later, it's all nice and clean. Vacuum and wipe everything down to make it look nice and pretty. Even though I will never see it again, just want to make sure that it look nice. All right, so I was able to wiggle this new shift assembly here inside here. I will grease it up, you know, just to make sure that it's moving freely. There we go, very nice. Okay, so basically I'm gonna reverse everything. I'm gonna put this back where it belongs, and after that I'm gonna put the glove box back up, and I'm gonna put this lower piece trim around here back up, and then this center console here is gonna go back up, and yeah, and then everything should be back to normal. All right, so it took me a while to get these, you know, cotter pin back in because I hardly have any like space to work with. And I'm trying to, you know, tight these up here so these radial wire doesn't, like, you know, everywhere here. So it's just a lot neater this way. And this cotter pin down here, or this lock pin down here, it took me a while because the space is just very limited, and it took me a while to kind of like figure out how to put that pin in, and then put the shift rod on top of it to make sure that it's locked. Alright, so this is the finished installment of this shifting assembly, or the new shifting rod here. It's a lot longer, and plus it shifts a lot smoother as well. With the old shifting rod, I had to kind of fight into first and second gear, but with this, you know, appropriate or the correct shifting rod here, everything shifts smooth like butter. I haven't got new boots for it as well. The old one's just, you know, black, you know, solid black leather. I'm just waiting to the point where, you know, I install a new shifting rod on it so I can install these new boots here. They have the red stitching on it, and, you know, it just really complement the car, you know, really complement the center console. So this is gonna be it for my video, guys. You know, you guys have a nice day.